This channel just passed 1 million views. Hi, I'm Quinn and I'm autistic, and this is Autismatic. Yep, a few days ago, this little banner popped up in my YouTube studio homepage. This channel, full of autistic discussion and stories about my and our lives, has been watched now over 1 million times since I started it in 2018. So, why don't I look like I'm over the moon about it? Why is my apparent reaction one of, "That's nice,"
which was not,
rather than fist pumping and cheering? I wondered if it was related to my awkwardness around praise and compliments, even when I know in my heart that they're deserved. Like so many things in my 50-odd years of autistic life, my agonising difficulty in accepting pats on the back has got me into way more trouble than most people would believe. I know I share this trait with a lot of other autistic folks. In fact, I go as far as to say that most of the autistic people I've spoken to find it just as hard as I do to accept compliments and praise or to celebrate achievements. I've spent a long time dissecting my thoughts and feelings, and I've got a pretty good handle on many of the issues in communication and understanding between myself and the neurotypical world that have tripped me up over the years. But this one still eludes me. Is it an aspect of those core autistic traits that more of us share than don't? Well, maybe. As I just said, most autistic people, at least those that I've met, deal with incoming praise in a way that the people around them have raised as inappropriate or problematic in some way. But then, I occasionally encounter autists who appear to have quite the opposite problem. Not only do they expect praise from others, they get annoyed that the praise that they do get isn't enough. They send me messages berating me for failing to recognise how much better I am than those who criticise, and for making myself look weak in front of the neurotypicals, which really doesn't sit well with me. We're aiming for acceptance here, I thought. Equity, security and respect. And that it requires a touch of humility, as I understand things. Maybe it's Alexithymia in play. Could it be that I actually enjoy winning too much? Perhaps the emotional highs of success and the lows of failure and loss are just so intense I can't handle them, so my emotions hit the alexithymic glass ceiling and disappear. If that were the case, then, for me at least, it would only be a delay. Those emotions I didn't feel in the moment would still surface later on, and in my past experience, that's not happened. No delayed sense of triumph or jubilation when I've come out on top, nor post-dated shame or failure when I lose. Not likely to be that, then. Or perhaps my autistic veracity is at the root of it, that compelling need for truth, detail and consistency so many of us share. Is it that which makes me an awkward, squirming mess when someone says nice things about me? Like a lot of autists, I loathe being involved in conflict, but it has a way of following me around, nipping and scratching at me everywhere I turn. All around me, I watch as compliments are paid for lip service, to suck up, to gain advantage, to cushion the blow or to set someone up for a fall. I've watched people dish out compliments for entirely disingenuous reasons, and in the full knowledge that they didn't mean a word of them. So perhaps I just doubt that people mean it when they say nice things to me. If you've witnessed someone laying on the compliments for all the wrong reasons, it makes you doubt they're genuine when they send them your way. See, enough people do it, and it makes it difficult to take any commentary, positive or negative, with any degree of seriousness. Or maybe it's none of those things. Perhaps it's just an inevitability of leading an autistic life. Could it be that our oh-so-common similarities in life experience lead us to the same point, where so many of us find it impossible to revel in our successes when they do happen? Maybe I'm so used to everything crashing down around my ears that I dare not even dream of basking in the afterglow for fear of jinxing any further success. Autism may be in our DNA, but the confusion and pain of living in a world which has lost touch with the ability to just tell the truth and treat each other fairly is not. That's down to the people around us. Pretty much every achievement of my childhood was taken away from me. When I excelled at something, people tried to force me into competition with others that I didn't want. When I couldn't do things, I was punished disproportionately too, because if I was good at the other things, I should be good at everything. Eventually, I started to see a pattern which hasn't changed much since. The people who paid me the most compliments often turned out to have the least interest in my well-being. They built me up to believe I could do something outside my comfort zone until I tried, succeeded, and did it well. Then they dropped me and took all the credit, the recognition, the awards, pay rises, promotions, affection, or whatever was at stake at the time. To be autistic is to be spiky, to occupy the extreme ends of things. So much about us is either a little or a lot, and so we invite a lot of feedback about how remarkably good or how pitifully bad we are at all sorts of things. We get a lot of conflicting critique too, and rarely get answers back when we try to understand how that's possible. Why were we praised for speaking our minds and taking pride in ourselves one day, but condemned for talking back and showing off the next? As adults, we can reflect on the highs and lows of childhood through wiser, better informed eyes, but undoing the damage that was done, taking down the defences that experience put in place and protected us for decades, isn't an easy or quick process. I don't know if it can really sink in unless we find ourselves in a position of absolute safety, and I'm still not there yet. I'm still on the road, the same as everyone else. These million views, though, they're actually worth celebrating. I've been doing this for 6 years now. For the first few years, I did it all on top of a full-time job, but since that rug was pulled out from under me, this is now my only income, so this milestone is really significant now. This isn't just a hobby or something for a contest, it's real life. For all the help my wife and my friends give me in terms of inspiration and feedback, everything Autismatic that you see on screen, I created and assembled. It's all down to me, and so anything it achieves, good or bad, is on my shoulders. Every minute of those videos was written, presented, filmed and edited by my hands, so nobody can say I don't deserve to celebrate having been watched 1 million times. Nobody can take this away from me this time. This may not look like it to a casual observer, but this is a celebration. Only it's an autistic one. We don't need bunting, fizzy wine and party poppers, or a crowd of sycophants bolstering our egos to feel a little pride in having done something worthwhile. That little banner is a true compliment. It's not an opinion, it's a number, nothing more. Cold, hard, indisputable fact. I've put in a lot of work over the years, and so that number is my dividend. It's a compliment paid in a language I can't speculate on or doubt its veracity. It's in currency that means something to me. Every one of those 1 million views was an opportunity to reach into someone else's heart and plant a seed of interest, of understanding and of kindness. I don't succeed every time, but to be given 1 million chances is more than I could have dreamed of a few years ago. When I say Autismatic wouldn't be possible without you, it's not just because the channel and Patreon are my only income these days. It's because the feedback and the friendship you've given me makes it all the more important to continue. If you didn't watch my work, if you didn't reach out to tell me that I've succeeded in making a difference, I wouldn't still be doing it. You guys do say the nicest things sometimes, things that really do make me feel proud, and I can accept it more easily because I know what it means to be autistic and to pay a compliment. However difficult it is for my alexithymic, conflict-averse, uncompetitive, browbeaten, burned-out autistic brain to process compliments and praise in the conventional way, I do realise that between my hard work and the support of you, my audience, we've done something special together. And my gratitude for every click, every comment, and every minute viewed comes from deep within. The more I learn about myself, and about you, the collective autistic, neurodivergent and neurotypical folks who watched me a million times so far, who left comments or who reached out via other means and added to the knowledge base I started with, the more certain I am that I've found my place in the world, that I'm home. Thanks a million for this first million, and I hope you'll stick around for many millions more. I'm Quinn, and I'm autistic. Thank you for watching. If you've already liked and subscribed and would like to support the channel more, then please follow the Patreon links in the description to pledge what you feel is fair and affordable to help keep the lights on here and the content keep flowing.